Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. This is Ming Chen, and down on the bottom there,
it is Mike Zapcic. What's going on?
And so I talked to Mike a couple weeks ago. I was like, hey, why aren't we live streaming with more of our friends and supporters? Reach out to the community and just see like what the hell they're up to, making sure that they're still alive. And here we are. And of course, one of if you know anything about us and A Shared Universe, one of our biggest supporters and vice versa is Deathwish Coffee, the world's strongest coffee.
Since the get-go. The world's strongest coffee and the only coffee in space.
It's true.
Yes. And so we are talking to our friend Jeff Ayers, broadcast manager for Deathwish Coffee. And he's one of the most prolific and talented podcasters that we know. He's got a podcast that you should all subscribe to literally right now called Fueled by Deathcast, where he talks to lots of cool people and updates you on the world of coffee. But Jeff, thank you for jumping in with us, man.
Man, I miss you guys so much. I'm so glad that you asked me to do this. It's just great seeing your faces and hearing your voices.
And you too. And we're glad you're safe.
Yeah, I've been staying safe. I mean, I know Jersey was a little bit behind the ball, but New York, we've been sequestered now. I think this is week 6. Funny story I keep telling people is that at Deathwish Coffee, we started out, and if anybody who's seen me on you guys' show or vice versa, we've talked about this before, but we started out in the basement of Saratoga Coffee Traders, 8 years ago. And since then we've moved a couple different places. And just recently, because the company's been growing, we actually got a brand new office right back in Saratoga Springs, and it's giant and amazing. And we worked since the first of this year to get internet and lights and everything, going in it, because it's an old building from the 1900s. And then, put all of our logos on the walls. And I've got a brand new studio in there. And we went in there in the middle of March to set everything up. And I was there from 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. when the governor came and shut the state down. So I haven't been able to be there since.
We just moved as well. We just moved 2 floors up, though. We didn't move to and I remember I was sending Jeff pictures of our place, and he's like, "Oh yeah, hang on," and he sent me pictures of the in progress new Deathwish space, and I was like, "All right, you win. I can't compete with that." It looks like you guys have your own broadcast/podcast room.
You guys, excuse me for 1 second. This is the horrible thing about live, but I gotta go.
All right, Mike's got diarrhea, so it's okay. Yeah, but it looked glorious. I didn't know if this was like a secret move or if you were going to be a talk about it, but you sent me some photos. They're like Roman columns.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like I said, it's built in 1900s. We're so excited about it because it's like the last 2 places that we really had the offices in were kind of intern places, and there was really no place to grow. And we're constantly growing. We're constantly hiring new people as part of the team. So this is going to give us, we're going to be able to be there for, I hope, at least 5, 10, maybe longer years. We have the space to grow, and I can't wait. The idea was we were going to move in March and kind of get all the bugs out of it, get used to being in the space. And then we were going to invite the public in, right around now, basically. And we were going to have a big party. We were going to invite you guys up. We were going to do all sorts of stuff. And obviously we're still all on pause. So when we're all off of pause and we're all on the other side of this, that offer is 100% there. You guys will be some of the first people through the door. And we're going to definitely do some podcasting on remote Shared Universe stuff up there. So
Mike, you just got invited to a party.
I'm there.
Yes.
Is it going to be coffee?
Yeah, of course there's going to be coffee.
I'm there.
And there's going to be beer and liquor and cigars and maybe, I don't know, go-go dancers in cages. I don't know. I was only in the space for 6 hours. Who knows what could be in the little corners of this office? I don't even know.
You didn't leave any dancers in cages in there before you lock the door.
Wasn't my turn to watch them. I don't know.
Oh my god!
They're
And we'll
fine.
blame Dustin for that.
They're fine. They have roasted coffee. They'll be fine.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
So I think our main question was, with the virus and everything, are you guys still roasting? Are you guys still distributing? Are you guys still packaging? Are you guys still going, basically?
Yeah, when it first started, we really didn't know what to expect. And especially with, Amazon, shifting gears and only doing essential products and that kind of thing. But coffee is grocery. So coffee was not only considered part of an essential thing, but across the board, not just Death Wish Coffee, everybody in the coffee industry is seeing, not only similar sales, but almost growing sales during this time because everybody's stuck at home. I was saying before we even started this, I thought maybe I'd be drinking less coffee being stuck at home. And I'm actually either drinking the same amount or more because it's there. And it's like, oh, I guess I could just brew another pot. So it's like 7 at night. And I'm like, but we've been going. We have now roasting on both coasts. We have on the East Coast and the West Coast. And our facility that we work with on the West Coast is a much larger facility. They roast not just for us, but for a lot of the big guys. And they have I don't even know how to describe it, but a clean facility. Our facility's clean too, but they've got, the lab coats and all the regulations and everything. So they never had to stop. Yeah, they never had to stop. They kept going right from there. They don't have Oompa Loompas. Right, exactly. Right. And on the East Coast, we did our part, as opposed with the governor of New York saying, everything should be shuttered. And we shuttered for the first few weeks. But then we've been working with the state to figure out what guidelines are right. And we've reopened roasting on the East Coast now, with all of the health guidelines in place. So all of our workers are working split shifts, and keeping, good distances away and sanitizing everything and keeping everything the utmost clean as possible. But it's been business as usual, which has been really good on the coffee side because we're able to provide coffee to everybody. But it's also been, I thank my lucky stars. This is my job with the company, and being able to do this from home is such an amazing thing. So
yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I've been to the facility, the roasting facility. It's pretty large, and it's not like you guys have a large crew over there. It's not like 100 people or anything. I just didn't know if legally Death Wish was able to get in there and roast. But I do have to say one thing, man. You're damn right that coffee is an essential, though. It's it is. I think in times of crisis,
keeping me alive.
Yeah, in times of crisis, coffee is one of the first things that people go to. I remember Hurricane Sandy. There's a Starbucks across the street from the stash, and their lines were out the door. People didn't care about saving their houses or whatever. They needed coffee, and usually I'm like a 1 or 2 cup guy. I'm doing 4 or 5 a day right now, just because it's comforting. It's something. I am stuck at my home setup here, and I don't really leave it all day, and it's probably why I've been staying up till 4 or 5 in the morning, to be honest with you. But is it making me more productive? Yeah, absolutely. So
then you're playing video games with my kids, for God's sake.
And I'm alternating between brewing methods. Today we're going French press.
Nice.
But now that I have a little more time, definitely going with the Chemex. Sure. So
I've been telling people this is the best time to start experimenting. I'm lucky working at a coffee company. I walk in the door and coffee's already brewing, in the office. So I don't even have to worry about it. Being home every day, it was like, oh man, I used to only brew on the weekends when I was home. So now every day it's like, oh, but coffee is such a fun science experiment. Depending on your brew method, even if you just have, if you're using ground coffee in a drip machine, depending on how much grounds you're using, depending on how much water you're using, if you're using a French press, screw around with the different temperatures of the water that you're putting in there, or how much grounds you're using. And especially with a Chemex, you are a mad scientist with a Chemex. It's a lot of fun to, I've been doing that too, is every day kind of just trying to tweak it a little bit, see if I like the cup a little bit better or not.
Yeah, for sure.
Keeps me sane.
Yeah, and it's literally the first thing I wake up and I fire up. I have an electric water kettle and I make sure it's at the proper correct temperature. I think French press is like 185, I believe. Like everything's down to a science now just to get that perfect cup of coffee. And I gotta thank you guys. You guys keep us well supplied in ground coffee. We're getting K cups now, which initially I resisted. Just just because I'm a coffee snob. But I was like, all you gotta do is press a button, you get a cup of Death Wish in like 3 minutes. Okay, I can't.
The laziness took over, Jeff.
No, and I mean, I love being able to caffeinate. Not only you guys, but everybody comes to the doors of a shared universe because everybody's creative. The best thing for any creative out there is to keep caffeinated, keep your energy levels up, keeps your brain moving. Especially if you're talking on a microphone for an hour or two or whatever, depending on what your podcast is. So I love being able to do that. And it's funny you say that about the K-Cups too. I've never been a big fan. I'm a fan of the immediacy of it. Like I need a cup of coffee immediately, right, and I can just make that happen out of a K-Cup. But obviously, it's a wasteful product, and we deal with that a lot at Death Wish. Actually, I'll tell you a little secret. This isn't really a secret. I mean, like what's really cool about the coffee industry is it's constantly evolving. And one of the things that we've seen starting to crop up in America and also in Europe and Asia is single serve pour overs. We actually have tried a version of this. We already have it out on deathwishcoffee.com. You can buy a whole kit. Comes with 10 single serves and a couple other like some mugs and stuff like that. But we're looking into other options for that to see how viable it would be to do that on a large scale, because we did that as like a fun little gift set kind of thing, to test the water. And right, a lot of people really liked it. And we sell, I mean, now being in retail stores, our K-Cups are one of our biggest sellers. Yeah, I don't even know. I would say upwards of, I don't know, tens of millions of K-Cups a year. I have no idea what it is. So to be able to port that into, can we viably make that into a single serve pour over type of thing? I don't know, but we are looking into stuff like that. So it's exciting when new things pop up. So
yeah, I mean, you guys are all mad scientists over there. Not only the coffee technology, but if you go to deathwishcoffee.com, you guys have some of the best merchandise ever of any brand that I've ever run across. And we're stealing your ideas all the time.
Do it.
I mean, you guys have the Deneen pottery mugs, which you're drinking out of right now. Mine are all still at the studio. Mine
are at home.
Yeah, they're very hot sellers. Some of the more limited ones have gone upwards of 3 digits. I check them on eBay all the time. I know there's some ones that are very, very limited. Mm-hmm. But beyond the mugs, the merchandise, the T-shirts, I have a jean jacket of one of my favorite jackets of all time. Thermoses, ornaments, soaps. Yeah. I think you guys experiment anything in the merchandise realm.
It's a lot of fun because at the end of the day, we want to be a lifestyle brand. We want to be, I always say this is the tagline, we not only want to be the cup of coffee in your mug in the morning, but we want to be the hat on your head, the shirt on your back, and the entertainment you consume when you walk out the door. So, we're trying to, hit all those, check all those boxes. And it's fun when we get to ideate throughout the year. Like what would be, obviously t-shirts work well, hats work well. So we do those every year, hoodies, that kind of thing. But like, what are some weird ideas to do, that and throw those against the wall, see what sticks. What I'm really excited about is we are partnering with another local company called Rad Soap, and we're coming out with some coffee infused soaps and bath products just in time for Mother's Day. Those will be hitting, I think, at the end of this week. And we also got a brand new T-shirt we just announced today that's coming out this week. And it's a brand new design called Broke Not Busted, and all the proceeds of that are going to go to a local charity here in Saratoga Springs, New York, to help all of the out of work tipped workers. So all of your restaurant workers and tattoo artists and baristas and everybody who's not being able to work from home and not making the money that they so desperately need. We're hopefully going to raise a bunch of money through the sales of this T-shirt, and that's going to be going on sale this week, I believe, on Wednesday. So deathwishcoffee.com, make sure you check that out.
That's awesome. And we've definitely stolen that lifestyle brand
totally
as well. You get that out there. People wear it and they love it. That's free well, it's sort of free advertising. They bought the stuff. It's cheap advertising.
Funny thing, you guys are talking about the mugs. I threw this hat on today because I was actually looking for my Shared Universe hat, but it's at the office.
Full of coronavirus. Gotcha. Yeah. Radioactive.
And nothing makes me happier. They just built a new ShopRite right across the street from me, and I went in the coffee section, and they do carry Death Wish coffee there. I know it's on Amazon as well. Where else can people get it right now?
Yeah, if you go to deathwishcoffee.com, obviously that's the best place. We got subscription deals. You can literally sign up like you would on Amazon and get it delivered to your door. You know, you set it and you don't even have to worry about it. It just keeps getting delivered.
And forget it.
Exactly, just like the chicken cooker, and but yeah, Amazon. We're Amazon Prime, so you can find all of our main core products over on Amazon, and we're in now. As of talking to you, I think we're in over 14,000 stores across the nation.
Holy crap!
And if you are wherever you are, if you go to deathwishcoffee.com /stores, I believe, or store locator. We have a store locator now directly on our site, and you can type in your address and it'll pop up everything around you. And we're working hard all the time to get our coffee on shelves near you, because not only are we proud of, our coffee and, the whole being the ground and the K-Cups and all that stuff, we've got our new ready to drink line, which is the cold brew cans. And we're really proud of that. And the idea behind that is it takes time, but let's say in a couple of years, I'd love to see those in every convenience store in America. So, you're on a road.
I have no doubt that's going to happen. I've had it. It's amazing. I think you sent a couple cases over to the studio.
Yep.
And I don't want to say I stupidly did this, but I had them out for everyone to enjoy, and they went quick, and I was like, oh crap! Like there's only one. It's like one can left for me. I should have. I'm too giving sometimes, Jeff.
Hey, I'll just have to send some more for you guys.
Well, I mean, I won't say no to that.
You know what we should do? I'm going to say this out loud as my idea, and maybe I can get it approved. I think what we should do is we should give you guys a branded Death Wish cooler that you can have at the Shared Universe Studios, and then just have it fully stocked with cold brew cans.
Wow.
I'm never going to sleep again, which I'm fine with. I don't sleep that much to begin with, so
I think we got to try and make that happen. I'll see what I can do. I just came up with the idea, and I'm going to take full credit if I can make it happen. So
I won't take the blame if your boss is like, "Are you stupid?"
No, like I said, one of the coolest things about my job with Death Wish Coffee is, I run all of our broadcasting, but I get to create podcasts and like-minded media like you guys are for Death Wish Coffee. And because I do that, I get to help caffeinate a lot of creative people. And I know for a fact, some of my favorite people in the world who are super caffeinated are retain all of that creativity because they keep they're up, and to know that I can help provide them a little fuel to keep going, that makes me happy. So
Jeff, I'm sure you guys are working on it, but just in case you weren't, caffeinated seltzer. Just throwing it out there.
So Death Claw.
Yes.
Or oh my God.
Truly death. Truly death.
Truly death. Oh man. Welcome. If you guys are just joining, this is Bad Ideas with Ming and Mike and Jeff.
Oh, this is fantastic ideas. Enough to destroy continents.
Yeah. Speaking of creating content, speaking of podcasts, you are the host and the guy behind the Fueled by Deathcast. If you can subscribe on iTunes, on Spotify, on Stitcher, everywhere. You go to deathwishcoffee.com and grab it from there. And you guys have not stopped during this whole thing. You've been recording, and you've been releasing episodes every week. Mm-hmm. First of all, I have to applaud that, and to every podcaster out there who has kept going throughout all of this. I know it's not been easy, and as much as I listen. I just love face-to-face podcasting. I try to get people in studio as much as we can. And the times that we podcast with you, Jeff, I think we've done all of it face to face. Either we've gone up to Saratoga, or you guys have come down to the studios, and I just prefer it that way. But we're not allowed to right now, and we've been doing the next best thing, which is streaming and recording like this. Do you have a bunch of episodes banked?
Yeah. I'll tell you this right now. Like, I'm so thankful and lucky for the job that I have, because, being able to podcast like this has been such a mental check for me. There's been some days in the last few weeks that I've really been down and kind of spiraling into, I'm stuck. It's Groundhog Day. What am I going to do? But being able to connect face to face and have a conversation, and hopefully turn that conversation into an inspiring and entertaining, piece, something that someone else can enjoy, that's been keeping me going. So I really have been connecting with a lot of people. A lot of guests that I've been talking to are furloughed like the rest of us, like a lot of people in the music community who now their tours are all canceled, or, in the entertainment community who, a lot of their stuff that they've been working on just hasn't been, able to continue, has been put on pause. So yeah, as you see, you're on that main page right there. I just had this week, Eric Rowan. He just got released from the WWE, but that is not the end of his career. He is a positive dude. And we talk about how much he enjoys wrestling and how excited he is for the future. And just before that, I had on one of my favorite people in the world, Titus Welliver, to talk about the upcoming season 6 of the Amazon Prime show, Bosch. But yeah, I've got a bunch of banked guests. I'll give you guys a couple ones that are coming out real soon. I think this week is going to be Vince Price from Ice-T's Body Count. That was a really fun conversation all about
body count controversy.
Yeah, they got a brand new record out, and it was really cool talking to him. And
like
then
Vince Price, is that like Vincent Price's grandson?
That's his stage name.
Awesome.
That's his stage name. And then after that, I've got some other good musicians coming out. King Buzzo, the singer of the Melvins, is going to be on the show, and also Ben Bruce, the lead singer of Asking Alexandria. Those are going to be coming out in the next few weeks. But I've got a ton of great guests coming in, and always working, always trying to get more people. Like I said, I can't wait to get you guys back on. We actually had a plan. I was going to come down and record a quick episode with you guys, and we were going to do an episode of your brand new show, which I'm so excited to do, your Mystery Science Theater-esque movie show. Yes.
What's our movie?
Yeah, which movie would you want?
Gleaming the Cube.
Dude, okay.
Whoa, okay.
That's
oh my God.
I am ready, and if the restrictions don't get lifted anytime soon, we figured a way to do it virtually as well. So
really, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Not bad.
I mean, it's not the same, but it's the next best thing.
Exactly.
Saying that for the last month and a half.
I've been wanting to do that show with you guys ever since you started it. I love listening to that and checking that out, and I'm such a special features nerd when it comes to movies and TV and comic books and stuff like that. So like this is just added special features that you never knew you existed. It's just just your thoughts on the movie. And I thought, what better one than one of my favorites, because it's skateboarding, Christian Slater, and a cameo by Tony Hawk. I mean, there's nothing better. Like,
yeah, and I'm gonna add on to that. There's a Pizza Hut truck.
Yep.
And there's an Asian brother that which is
mysteriously dies. Yes.
There's actually a lot of Asians. There's actually a lot of Asians in that movie.
Yeah, there are. Half of them are evil and bad, but don't let that hold your opinion of Asians against Asians, I guess. But
so I will tell this story again when we do that episode. But
okay.
Fun fact about me is the first metal band I was ever in when I was in high school. I used to play every show with fingerless leather gloves as an homage to Christian Slater from Gleaming the Cube.
That's awesome.
Yes,
that's awesome. So I've put in an official request because Funko, the Funko company, of fine products such as the pop figures, they do limited edition skate decks as well, and well done, my friend. So the one of the higher ups at Funko used to be a hardcore skateboarder, and now he's an executive. Usually you see him in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
On his off hours, he's still out there shredding with his kids, and so he's the one who he spearheaded the Golden Girls skate deck that's on our wall over at the studio. He released the Jaws skateboard and the Big Lebowski skateboard that they put out recently. I'm like, dude, why is there not a Gleaming the Cube skateboard? Like, how perfect is that? And he lit up, and we had a pretty long conversation about this. And I think I mean, if anyone could make that happen, it would be them. So
the one from the end with the black and the diamond, the metal diamond trim, and the truck, the real hard trucks and everything.
Yeah, metal. Yeah, I don't know if they can go that far. Even if they just come up with a deck with Kristen Say's picture on it, or that one with all of them coming over the hill. One kind of hero shot.
Yep.
That would be.
Why haven't they done a Pitbull from Back to the Future 2?
Yeah.
It won't go on water though, Mike. It doesn't go on water.
Doesn't matter. Well, normal skate decks can't go on water either, Ming. Well, they're wood.
You're not trying hard enough.
Yes, exactly.
All right, we will pencil you in when this is all over. We're definitely
excited.
Yeah,
that's what we have to do in studio.
Yeah,
on the big screen.
I definitely have a copy. Also, I did want to point out, Deathwish, you guys have a huge social media presence. Especially, I don't want to call these memes.
Yeah, they are. Call them memes.
Yeah. Where I almost daily, you guys put out, I guess, a coffee themed meme related to coffee, and how, I love using the word decaf as an insult, which you guys use all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of my favorite T-shirts I ever saw was "Your mother drinks decaf." Yeah. But if you're not following them on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, definitely follow them up. You guys have some clever minds who are killing the social media game.
Shout out to our social media manager, Sophia. She has been crushing it lately, and it is a lot of fun because it's another thing where we just ideate a lot of different stuff. Like what's funny to us? What do we think, will work? Like, because sometimes you throw stuff at the wall and it sticks, sometimes it doesn't, but it's a lot of fun. You're looking at the Instagram right there. We're Deathwish Coffee across the board, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of it. So it's
242,000 people can't be wrong.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun doing all that kind of stuff.
242,000 people. Yeah, they cannot be wrong for sure. So yeah, definitely follow them up for sure. So I think lastly, you're one of the biggest Boba Fett fans I know. Yes. We met at Comic-Cons. We've hung out at Comic-Cons. We've drank coffee at Comic-Cons. I'm sure you love The Mandalorian, but I was going to get an official statement from you. I'm sure. I'm sure you loved it. I think did they wrap season 2?
No,
I think they have not.
I don't think they have.
Right, they have, because they just announced Rosario as Ahsoka. So
which is
she's supposed to be in season 2. So although on March 4th they are doing the making of The Mandalorian
May 4th
on Plus.
May 4th.
I'm excited for that. May 4th. Did I say March?
You said March. Yeah.
I'm drunk. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Again, special features nerd. I'm so excited for the making of The Mandalorian. Official statement. I loved it. I don't know how long you have, but I can go farther than that.
That's a whole podcast for sure. Yeah.
I absolutely thought that I've been saying this. I'm a fan of the original trilogy, but I am not. I hate the toxicity on Star Wars fandom. Now, however you got into the game, that's your path, and that's awesome. So if you were a kid in the late 90s and early 2000s and Anakin pod racing on Tatooine was what got you into Star Wars, then welcome to the party. If you are even younger and Rey and her band of people is what's getting you into this game, then awesome. Or if you I know people who literally hate the movies and love Clone Wars, and that's like their favorite Star Wars ever. So it's like, if that's what you love what you love. But to me, being a fan of the original trilogy, what drew me to especially A New Hope was exactly what George Lucas went out to do. Is he created this movie that married his love of Westerns and Buck Rogers, he really wanted to create that kind of thing. And I don't feel like they've ever achieved that since. I've never felt like I was watching a gunslinger in space until The Mandalorian. I think The Mandalorian is the perfect tone again, where it's that New Hope feel of you're following this guy on a week to week adventure, and he really is. He's just a gunslinger rolling up to a different town, going to a different saloon, and getting into a different fight, and that's awesome.
And I love that gunslinger and space feeling. They did that in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah,
they literally did that in the first 2 minutes.
I mean, he is literally the man with no name.
Yes, it's excellent. I'm really excited for what they're building, because a lot of the criticism I was seeing is it didn't have a point, and it didn't. You know, I mean, like the point was to discover Baby Yoda and then protect Baby Yoda, and also deal with the sea story of the Mandalore and all of them kind of dealing with that. But there wasn't like this overarching, you feel like you're just kind of watching a Monster of the Week episode every single week, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I really think that they're sowing the seeds for a show that, fingers crossed, we get 9 seasons out of. And yeah, and we really are going to be able to dig into a lot of this stuff. Now, granted, I don't think it was perfect. There were parts of it that I thought, were missteps. Like one of my favorite episodes was the heist episode when giant Clancy Brown, in red face makeup, shows up, and like they go on this crazy the heist with the Mandalorian. But one of the worst parts about that, I thought, is that they slapped Bill Burr into there, and I like Bill Burr,
Sure.
But give him a helmet or an eye patch or a scar on his face or something that isn't where every time he's on screen, I'm like, there's Bill Burr. Like everybody else looks like they're in Star Wars, and it's like, oh yeah, there's Bill Burr.
Look at him.
Yeah,
right. If you want to put Daniel Craig in Star Wars, fine, but put him in a stormtrooper outfit.
Exactly. Even just one of those cutoff helmets, like that they wore on Endor, just something just to give him to put him in there. That took me out of there, and I thought that was a misstep. But I mean, those minuscule things, I thought that the show was amazing. And speaking of May 4th, I just got confirmation I'm going to get my Black Series Boba Fett helmet.
Nice.
Yes, I'm very excited for that. So
I'll
have a mask to wear when I go out to the grocery store.
Wars. Yeah,
excellent, very good.
Which everyone should be doing. Go to your grocery store, pick up Death Wish coffee, Walmart, ShopRite.
Go on Amazon. If you're afraid to go outside, go on Amazon. Go to Death Wish themselves. They'll send it out to you. They're great.
Yeah.
And I
sound like Tony the Tiger. You're great.
Yeah, I gotta thank you guys. We get a box every month, and it gets sent to the store, which I go and pick up. But I burst through the doors. I'm like, where is it? Where's the box? Like, tell me it's here.
And he has to fight me for it. I'm like, absolutely not. And then you hear the Star Trek music, the fight music.
Yep.
The old Ravel's Bolero.
Which one of you is Gorn? It's you.
I mean, come on.
Oh man. But and for anybody listening, when we're all on the other side of this, I can't say enough good things about what you guys are doing, because podcasting is amazing. Just if you have an idea, even if you have the silliest idea in the world and you just want to give it a shot, the best place to do that is at A Shared Universe. You guys have been killing the game now, seeing as though we've all been sequestered and not being able to do this in face to face. But once we're able to do that again, you guys got 2 amazing locations now, which I gotta come down and see the new one right on the beach. I can't wait to see that. And
we'll see what happens with that one.
And everything that you guys do, I try to make sure that not only you guys are caffeinated, but everybody who walks through the door. So anybody who's going to A Shared Universe, you guys can get some Death Wish too. So.
Oh yeah, if you're a coffee drinker and you step through our doors, more likely you're walking away with the bag of coffee for sure. So we've got enough to go around. Thanks to Death Wish, thanks to Jeff, thanks to you guys. So I'm glad to hear you guys are alive and well and roasting and distributing, and you look like you're sane, so that's good. And
Jeff, may I just say, very nice shirt.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Christmas party, 1988.
Yeah, it was a hell of a party.
It was.
I survived the Nakatomi Plaza Christmas party of 1988.
Yeah, welcome to the parties, pal. So
I don't know about you guys, but I've been like, binging stuff that I've been meaning to binge. Like, speaking of Clone Wars, I've never started that from the beginning. So the wife and I started that from the beginning, which has been good. But I've been going back and watching like diehards and like, you know, like all the stuff like that I just love. It's just like, it's movie night every night. It's great.
Yeah, we started off on the Marvel movies. So
Yes.
Iron Man, Thor. I mean, we fell down that rabbit hole. Next up's Iron Man 2.
Nice.
We're skipping Thor 2.
Yeah. You skip the ones that are like, yeah. And then you skip the Hulk too, right?
Mike,
Yeah,
there's no good without the bad. There's no good without evil.
Absolutely, you're wrong. You get good is better without the bad.
That's awesome. Yeah, Mike, I didn't know if you had any other questions, but I just want some proof of life, I guess. And you look like you're alive as well. And yeah, thank you. I literally I wake up, I come down, I fire up the pot, and I make a cup of coffee, and that's the Death Wish coffee, and that's the first thing that I do. So
Jeff, I think of you and Dustin every morning when I'm pouring my Death Wish coffee into my Death Wish mug.
Excellent.
The one that says podcaster on there. My wife tries to take it from me. I'm like, you didn't podcast with Jeff and Dustin. You can't drink out of that.
Damn right.
Yeah.
It's your mug.
And then she says, well, you'll never see me naked again. And I'm like, here you go. Here's the coffee mug, honey. I'm not stupid.
Protect the mug, Mike. That one's very, very rare.
Don't think that I don't know that, Ming.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely on for Gleaming the Cube when you come down.
Can't wait.
For sure.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I have to sign off now. I got work to do.
No problem.
All right.
Jeff, it was great seeing you.
Great seeing you, Mike.
I will talk to you later.
Yeah. Deathwishcoffee.com, everybody. Thank you so much, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you guys.